Okay, hello everyone. In this video, we're going to be talking about alternative measures of unemployment that is put out with the BLS statistics. So in our employment situation report, if we scroll down to the very bottom, we get to a list of additional tables, additional data that they put down. And we want to go here to table A15, alternative measures of labor underutilization. So if we click on that, we can see here we got U1 to U6. Now, previously I told you that U3, that is the total unemployed as a percentage of the civilian labor force, is the official unemployment rate, right? So that U3 is what we know as the unemployment rate. So we can see here that in December, that was 6.7% was the unemployment rate. You can see that a year before it was down to 3.4%, very good, low rate. Okay, so the unemployment rate goes from U1 to U6. U1 is persons unemployed 15 weeks or longer as a percentage of the civilian labor force. So that is your long-term unemployed. U2 is a measure of how many people lost their jobs in the past month. So this is people who lost a job or they completed a temporary job. They had a contract to do some work and they finished that contract. So that tells you how many people lost their job in the last month. U3, of course, is the unofficial unemployment rate that we've gone over before. U4 adds the unemployed plus discouraged workers. So discouraged workers are people that have not looked for a job in the past 4 weeks. And when they're asked, why did you not look for a job in the past 4 weeks? They say, I do not believe a job is out there available for me. So these are people that would look for a job if they believed a job existed, but because they believe that no job exists, they are not actively looking, right? So we add that both to the numerator and as a percentage of civilian labor force plus discouraged workers. So we add those discouraged workers to both the numerator and the denominator. So this is going to give you a higher rate. So you can see that this with the discouraged workers was 7.1%, slightly higher than the 6.7% official unemployment rate. Then U5 is the total number of unemployed plus discouraged workers plus all other persons marginally attached to the labor force as a percentage of the civilian labor force plus all persons marginally attached to the labor force. So marginally attached is somebody that has looked in the past 12 months for a job, but not in the past 4 months or 4 weeks. And they might be discouraged or they might be looking for they might be not looking for some other reason. Maybe they have household responsibilities or something that they have to do that's preventing them from working, but for some reason, right? So then U6 is the total unemployed plus all persons marginally attached to the labor force plus employed part-time for economic reasons, right? So part-time for economic reasons. You can think of some people work part-time because they have something else to do with the rest of the day. They're taking care of the kids or something part of the day and they work the other half of the day and they only want that part-time job. Maybe they only want to work 20 hours a week. But then there are people that are working part-time because they cannot find a full-time job. So if somebody has a part-time job, and when they ask, why are you working part-time? They say, because I can't find a full-time job. Like, would you accept a full-time job if one was offered to you? Yes, right? Those are the people here. They are people that are employed part-time for economic reasons. So that is as a percent of the total labor force plus all persons marginally attached to the labor force. So this U6 is going to be a lot higher than U3 because it's including those people who are part-time workers that want to be full-time. It's including your discouraged and marginal workers, right? So we can see here that this U6 measure is 11.7, right? That's considerably higher than the 6.7 of the official unemployment rate. You'll sometimes hear this U6, people refer to it as the real unemployment rate as it measures other forms of economic hardship. And I think it's a very important measure, right? That it's important to, not just think because the unemployment rate is low that everything is okay. right? There can still be a lot of people that are discouraged. There can be still a lot of people that have part-time work that want to work full-time. So it's important to keep track of this U6. I feel this reference to it as the real unemployment rate to be a bit disingenuous. This is commonly used by whatever political party is out of power at the time. That they're say, oh, if you look at the real unemployment rate, you'll see it's actually really, really bad, right? They use that to bash the political party that's in power, right? But for comparing across time of what is the unemployment today versus unemployment some other time, right? When people think of the unemployment rate, they're thinking of U3. When they're comparing unemployment rates across countries, right? That employment rate that all countries put out the data for that is your U3 measure, right? So that is the one that's if you're not a really specialist understanding what this U6 is, that U3, the official unemployment rate, is the one that most people understand. Okay, so I'm going to stop this video.